Was
Yeah,
it
well, we know what Saban. Hey, by the way, how about Manti Te'o? He may go into the Hall of Fame. They got a picture of him with Barrett Jones's cleats in his chest, and I think that'll be good up in Atlanta. That'll be so good. Thought I'd throw you a bone there, Coach Hale. Anyway, I'm just so delighted that we have turned the NCAA baseball championship in Omaha into the Dixie Youth World Series.
There you
Y'all
go.
think about it. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Mike. We had a great talk going about sharks, what had happened here in Bay County.
Yeah, we just be careful out there.
Walton County.
They couldn't get the double red flags up fast enough.
Did you see one post somebody said the shark was either 10 to 15 feet? I don't know about that.
I don't care if it's 2 feet.
Yeah. Did you see the other one? One took off, somebody on the balcony was filming it.
Right.
One took off to a person. I mean, I couldn't believe how fast they went. And then turned right at the last second, within feet of the guy, turned.
Somebody
he had no idea.
He had no idea. He has back to it. I mean, that could have been another one. And why do they turn away so quickly like that?
They realize you're not prey usually. I mean, that's, 98% of the time they recognize you're not what they eat. But when they don't, or if they're hungry, who knows? I mean, it's hard to get into the mind of a shark.
Our mission was so secret. They didn't know
the bait fishing
3 days
out. And you could tell from as many people were out there with their cages and their nets, and then the birds that were out there in the jetties, they were just, there were so many birds.
Yeah,
they were
it touches a lot of bait.
Sky. And so that tells you when your boat's going through the bays or whatever and fish are jumping up out of the water, that's a lot of bait fish. That's a lot of food.
And having been one that has actually taken care of shark bites, I can tell you the little sharks are just as dangerous.
Yeah.
They don't maybe inflict the bigger wounds, and maybe they're not as life-threatening, but still, they can sever several tendons, and you're out for, but the keys usually are stay out of the water, dawn and dusk, anytime it's like, twilight or getting dark. That's the usual, and you want to avoid the beach if there's somebody fishing. You don't want to be in the water when somebody's actually out there fishing, maybe chumming the water.
You see people fishing on the beach and people swimming out there within 3 feet.
They ought to designate some areas. That's right. For that kind of stuff. But
here are some of the beaches that are the most shark-infested waters in the country. Newsomorta Beach, Florida. It's one of them. Daytona Beach, Florida is another one. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina made the list. Melbourne Beach, Florida, is like a lot of Florida. Jacksonville Beach, Florida is up there. And anyway, that's just some of them. But I was talking to Jackie Conselman. He's a bait fisherman, sells and everything. Great guy. He lived down in Lee County, Florida, Fort Myers. Dad, they on the beach. They on land way back in the day down there off the beach. Anyway, there was stories when I moved there in early 1900 of this hammerhead fish. And Jackie's lived up here in Panama City Beach now for a long time. And I asked him, I said, you ever hear about that hammerhead? He goes, yeah. He knew exactly what I was talking about. This thing's supposed to be a huge hammerhead. I said, they've been talking about that fish down there, the hammerhead down there for 60 years. Yeah. I said, it's got to be dead right by now. He goes, who knows? But he goes, well, I have heard stories about this legendary hammerhead shark down there that went from like Port Charlotte, Fort Myers Beach, Sanibel Captiva, down to Naples. That just cruised up there. There's some huge thing. He's like a legend down there. Of course, I forgot the name by now. It's got another text here. All right, let me do this real quick. This is our nature update today, and we're going to switch from sharks to saltwater crocodiles. Is it New Guinea or Guinea?
New Guinea.
New Guinea out in the Pacific.
Yeah.
Right. During World War II, there was an old guy, and they got a video of this. During World War II, those Japan, the Japs would be out near the water and stuff like that, and at night they said you can hear them scream, yell. And those crocs got a lot of soldiers back in the day during World War II. Well, one guy was in the military, one of our guys, not one of theirs. He was from Australia, and he retired. And he said, man, we can make a lot of money. People, this saltwater crocodiles skin, you make big time money. So he said, I can go down there and use these natives, these people live out there, pay them hardly anything, and really make some big time money. That's what he did. He went and killed saltwater crocodiles. And I forgot the little village down inland. He said they were talking about all these 21 confirmed kills by this one gator. They had a name for the gator. Huge. He said it was unbelievable. So you could see him take after a canoe, nothing you can do. He'd flip it and he'd people gone. They saw him swallow a 4-foot gator like it was nothing. This thing's huge. Well, long story short, he set a trap for it, and he goes, and they get the video showing it here. I was at St. Augustine, the gator farm. He's talking about it, and with the video, he said the hook did not set in him, but he the death spin, whatever. The rope, he got tied up in the rope. That's how they caught him. They got there, they were like, oh my God, this is like a dinosaur. They harpoon it, didn't kill it. They get all these people to help. They get it up on his 45-foot boat. They get it up there somehow, some way. They got it up there. And they show pictures of it on the boat. It's like, you couldn't believe the size of it. He takes it, and they get a zoo somewhere there, and finally winds up in Australia. Long story short, the guy that invented knotless weight equipment, Ocala, Florida, he had all this land down there. He built a runway because he wanted to marry a younger girl. She wanted to be a pilot, so he built a long runway in this property where she learned to fly. Anyway, he had it shipped over, this gator. People St. Augustine hear about it. What do? They get with him. They winds up in St. Augustine. He died, that crocodile we're talking about died in 1997. I went over there, I thought he'd still be there. I was thinking a long time ago. But anyway, the cage he used to be in is empty and everything like that. But they did the whole story about this thing. And they got it kind of like I don't know if it's stuff or whatever, about the size of one right there in the room where they're talking about it. You would not believe. And they had actual footage of when he was in St. Augustine feeding him. I'm telling you, he would swallow Glen whole. His head and it was incredible, the size of this saltwater crocodile. And I wish I remembered the name of it. I got it written down somewhere. But can you imagine being out in a boat in an it wasn't quite 18 foot, but it's over 2,000 pounds, 17 point something, almost 18-foot crocodile. And they show in the water swimming, and you wouldn't believe how fast something that big can move.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
But
yeah.
I don't know.
Did you see where I don't know if it's a python, a boa constrictor swallowed that woman in Indonesia?
Yes.
I was like, man.
Hold on, let's take a break. We'll come back with our Mutual of Omaha early morning shark attacks. We got gator attacks, and we got some stories on some bears also for you this morning right here on the Nature.
Tigers and
this
bears,
is 104.3 Nature Update. Go ahead, Wildcat.
I can't. I can't.
He's
go
too
on.
choked up.
No, I did want to remind everybody coming up about 7:40, we're going to give you the opportunity to get registered to win not one, not two, but 4 tickets to the Atlanta Braves baseball game that will be happening on Saturday, September the 7th. We're going to give you a chance to win 4 tickets, hotel accommodations, spending cash, food, beverages, and you'll be sitting in the amazing Xfinity Club. That's coming up at 7:40. All you got to do is to be the correct caller. That will be probably caller number 10. And that will get you registered. And, of course, just for registering to win those tickets and all those cool prizes, you're going to get 2 tickets, 2 gift cards, I should say, to Swampy Jack's.
Get out to J. Michael's restaurant, have the best seafood you'll ever get. They've had a great summer so far. Get down there and try it out. People from all over the Southeast eating in there. They all hear about the legendary J. Michael's restaurant. If you're in town, do what Tommy Sandemet does. I don't know if he'll be there this Monday night. I'm not sure if he's back yet, but he'll be down Charlie Corners. If not this Monday, he'll probably be there tomorrow. Daily specials. Glenn, pick out whatever meat you want, 3 sizes for $11.20. Right. Friday night, fried or grilled fish, baked beans, cheese grits, french fries, or roll or tea. Also Saturday is fried or grilled shrimp, and then the big one on Sunday, 4 o'clock and after. This special is fried chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, cream corn roll, and a tea at the legendary Charlie Corbin Place. Him and Lynn do such a wonderful job. The best country cooking you'll get anywhere. South Oak Title and Closing for all your real estate closing deals. Make sure you use Chuck Tucker. Don't make a mistake. No surprises. South Oak Title and Closing, #1. Stevenson Air Conditioning. Anytime, day or night. If you're having a problem with this heat and humidity, call Stevenson Air Conditioning. They'll get the air conditioning unit working extremely well. Save you money on your power bill. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Be safe. Be careful if you're out in the Gulf. Look around. Know what's going on. Be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We've moved. ESPN Northwest Florida offices are now on the beach. Our doors are always open, and we still love visitors. Come see the new ESPN Northwest Florida radio studio and offices at 204 Suite B Ellen Lane on Panama City Beach. We can't wait to see you. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 86 with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. Tonight, light sprinkles and a possibility of thunderstorms with lows around 78. Tomorrow, a likelihood of thunderstorms in the morning followed by some sun and a temperature near 89. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Life can take us so many places. And at Panama City Toyota, we're here to make sure every drive is worth every minute.
Maybe you want a fun, fuel-efficient car for everyday driving. Or you need a dependable vehicle that really gets the job done. Sometimes it's all about answering the call of the wild. And when you're ready to shop, reserve your vehicle online and choose your options. Or we'll help you in person, even if you started the process at home.
Whatever works for you, always works for us.
Are you feeling tired, weak, or maybe you feel old and cranky? If so, I have the answer. It's Max Fit Sports Nutrition with 2 locations, 23rd Street in the Coronado Plaza and in Pier Park North on Back Beach Road. Max Fit Sports Nutrition has nutritional products and professional dietary plans to get you moving in the right direction. So get off that couch and get to Max Fit Sports Nutrition now. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, where you can try it before you buy it.
He doesn't try on clothes at the department stores. He just rips stuff off the hanger and lives with the consequences for years.
It's classy, it's intriguing. He's sexy, sassy, and full of spunk.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Wildcat, I have missed you. Looking at that pretty face.
Yeah.
You're such a wonderful person.
I did get some weird texts from him over the weekend about
I can imagine, yeah.
Gators. He was concerned about the sharks up here.
Yeah.
He was telling me about the gators down there.
We got to get this. Now, look, also in this state, if you go to St. Augustine, you need to go by the state, the gator farm. Had the biggest water moccasin I've seen. I don't know how long it's been in captivity. That thing is huge. King cobra, pretty good sized king cobra. And then they had 2 python and the other one real big, 2 huge snakes over there. Boa. But we got there when we got to watch them feed the gators. And I was sitting there thinking, this guy slips or that wooden thing falls, he's gone. They all know when they're going to feed. They do it at 12 o'clock every day. All the gators, they see him get up there, here they go. They getting ready. I'm like, if somebody falls in right here, it's over. And what they feed them are these huge dead rats. And he dropped he made the first gator come up and get it pretty high, and you'd be surprised how high they come out of the water. Then the second one, he panicked a little bit, the guy, and dropped it because he came up kind of quick, but landed on the back of a gator. It was funny, a little one climbed over all the rest of them and got the gator. They started getting after one another, which was kind of interesting. But you walk around it. and you're pretty low, and you got birds all over you, and you got to be careful because they drop droppings on you. But those are some good sized gators.
You find
in
that's
there.
a common problem for you?
No, I don't know. People usually don't blank on me very often. Blank on me once.
Shame on
me. Blank on me twice. Yeah. Just blank on me once, shame on you. Blank on me twice, shame on me. Yeah. Anyway, Chad, listen, the question to you, Dr. Chad Mitchell, you made a good point. It's not a good idea to be swimming by a pier when people are fishing, which I see happen quite a bit. It's not good to go out swimming by people that are fishing off the shore. Move away from them if you can. You're a doctor. You've seen it firsthand, shark attacks, and you've treated shark victims. Talk about that. Couples. Tell me, one guy was on on a raft?
Yeah, he was on a little, blow up, float. He was lounging on a blow up float, and he was it's St. George Island. He was a 16-year-old, and he remembered that he was down the shore just a little bit from some guys fishing. Heard a splash in the water and sat up on the float and watched a 4-foot gator put his foot in his, get his foot in his mouth, and the shark bit down. We were talking about gators earlier.
Get your story straight. Get your story straight. You lost us.
So anyway, this 4-foot shark hears the splash, sits up. 4-foot shark basically bites his foot, and he said he watched his foot go right in the shark's mouth, lacerated all the tendons across the top of his foot. It looked like somebody had just taken a knife and cut him across the top of the foot. Damn. The skin was retracted back. You could see the tissues in the bone, and you could see the tendon ends, that kind of thing.
How long did you work on him to get it back?
It's probably about, hour and a half, something like that, to get all the tendons back on there.
Did his foot work well afterwards?
Yeah, he did fine. I had his mom call me.
Were they locals or people visiting?
They were visitors from Birmingham, and I remember his mom did call me about 6 months later. I wanted an update. I told her, I said, you call me about 6 months from now. I want to know how he's doing. She said he's doing fine. It's normal. Yeah. That's a good story. The other story was the kid from Tennessee, and you may have seen this on television because he's been on television. And, this is back in the early 2000s, and one of my partners, he's on call. He gets this call, and the bottom line, this kid had shrimp in a basket tied to his waist, and he was in waist-deep water on the Gulf side, and they were fishing, right? Yeah. And the bull shark hit him in the thigh and was trying to pull him under, and his brother grabbed him. Yeah. And when his brother grabbed him and pulled him up, the shark's still holding on to his thigh. Well, he ended up losing his leg, got an above-knee amputation. And the kid lived. I ended up rounding on him, and I
remember this,
covering for my partner, after the fact. But and there have been some others. I've seen some where it's just puncture wounds. If you just get that, boy, you're fortunate. But the key again, if it's getting dark, if the water's dark, if somebody's fishing nearby, you really don't want to be swimming. And then my advice is, I wouldn't be swimming out past the first sandbar. Yeah. And not that they won't come inside the first sandbar. There's no restrictions. This is their world. Yeah. But just so you know, when we do, back when I was medical director for Ironman Florida, I think it was 2001. It's been so long ago. But I noticed they still do this. They'll put out kind of a perimeter, and they do things to run the sharks out of the area. And they have a lot of people posted when you're doing Ironman Florida to really kind of, keep the wildlife out of that area. There's no way to keep them out fully, but there's some, there's some things they can do. I worked at detail one
time when the Ironman was going on. Yeah. They gave me a 12-inch knife. I swam back and forth right out beside the second sandbar. Protected. Yeah.
I want to say something, and I'm
If
not.
it's knee deep, I don't go.
Oh, it's knee
past,
deep in here.
I do not go past knee
It's
deep.
at least knee deep.
know,
in here.
Let's talk out of knee.
We know listen. We know how he's full of it because his eyes are brown. You know what I'm saying?
Let's bring in this guy. He's fought bears. He's killed sharks. He knows what he's talking about. Let's bring him in. Rob, how you doing, sir?
Good morning, Marlon. How are you?
Doing good, Jim.
Oh, me. Hey, did y'all see the video where the guy's driving the jet ski and he's on
Yes,
top of
I
it?
taught. Yes.
And he, here's my thing. That shark don't know what that jet ski is, and he thinks it's a predator trying to get him.
Yeah.
The one, because he turned around and tried to bite that jet ski. But,
Right.
that jet ski's faster and can maneuver pretty good. And when he was trying to get away from it, that guy was riding right on top of him.
Yep.
What people don't realize, these things are instinctive, and they don't do but, as the old saying is, they don't do but two things, eat and poop, and have babies.
Yep.
And that's what,
That's three.
they don't sleep either. They spend all their waking time trying to find something to eat. And we got a lot of bait out there in the water for them right now. PDC has said we got, big numbers right now.
Right.
And that's easy prey. And there were some videos where those people were standing out there. They saw the sharks. And they were talking about it on Facebook and stuff. They saw the sharks.
Wildcat, here's what we're
trying to
talking about.
get closer to them.
Right.
And they tell you that at Yellowstone National Park, if you see a buffalo, don't go close to it and harass it.
Right.
They're wild animals. And the government has stopped people from, catching them commercially and all this other stuff. And, we're entering their predatorial area.
I was
And
out on
that
the
kind of
water
stuff-
Saturday.
It's a terrible thing that something like that happens.
I was out
And,
on the water Saturday, and people thought they were safe in the bays. Everybody was in the water in the bays. Now you're in murky water.
Yeah.
Right.
At certain
Right.
times of the day, where the sharks came on the bays were fairly clear, on a scale from what they normally are to they were right there in the middle, and there's no way a shark could tell what you
Hey.
were from.
Right.
No, and the bad thing is that those tiger sharks and bull sharks, they go up there to the dam and eat them freshwater fish that get washed through that dam.
Yep. All the time.
Because that's the easy prey for them.
Rob, did you see the one the guy took the picture from the balcony? That shark took after a guy and turned at the last second. I was shocked how fast they could swim.
Hey, they're right. They're catching other fish. They can catch, Did you see the video, Wednesday night, where the guy's off of Destin or Fort Walton, that pod of orcas?
Yeah. Yep.
I've never seen or heard of them being in the Gulf before.
I have not
Now,
either.
I had seen and heard of not even before they started monitoring the great whites that are getting in the Gulf that they've got the sonar on. But I've never seen orcas in the Gulf before. But they were over there in what we call the gully that's 1,500 foot deep, and it's cold, a lot cooler water. But, they're following bait. And
Yeah.
that's what's happening is that these big schools of bait, I went Saturday and I hung probably 3 or 4 big sharks on one spot. And, those sharks will follow a boat from one place to another, just like the porpoises will,
Yeah.
But...
Well, if they tell you, what, the bottom line,
they're an eating machine.
if they tell you to get out of the water, just get out of the water.
Get out of the water.
Yeah, just get out for a while. They're doing it for your safety. And, the percentages are everything's going to be fine. But
And if you get out of the water, they'll swim by and there's nothing there and they'll leave.
Rob,
So
watch out.
I'm sorry. That girl was devastated to have those injuries on her.
Oh, my God. I thank God she lives. She'll never forget that. I guarantee that. Hey, listen, we got to take a break. You hanging on? You got to go.
Yeah, I'll hang on a few minutes.
All right, hang on. When we get back, we're going to talk about FSU baseball. Wow, what a year from one year to the next. And then the Florida Gators. I watched it. Congratulations to the Gators. Great baseball this past weekend. And you can watch right there at Newbies, too, on the curve. John and Charlotte, they did such a wonderful job. Matter of fact, Charlotte told us what restaurant to go to over there in St. Augustine. It was outstanding. Thank you, Charlotte. Get out to Newbies, have a great time. The best bands in the Southeast every Friday and Saturday night. You know why? Because Charlotte wants it. And what she wants, she gets. She's an incredible lady. Newbies, 3 great locations. Stay out of the water, hang out at Newbies. You have a great time. A lot safer. 1 in 3 develop skin cancer. 5 minutes can save your life. Go see Dr. Ward. There's offices throughout Northwest Florida. I've got an appointment with him 12 o'clock noon on Wednesday. He found something, and he'll get it out. The guy's incredible. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaletsky can make that happen for you. 2 great locations, Pier Park on 23rd Street, and you can listen to Jason right here tomorrow morning on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. El Rodeo, Tequila Bar and Grill, one of Glenn's favorite places. I don't know if they're going to do an NIL deal with Coop Boss or not. He's always down there having a great time. El Rodeo, Tequila Bar and Grill, the newest and best Mexican restaurant right across the street from the Navy base. We'll be right back with Dr. Chad Mitchell, Dr. Glenn Manley, Wildcat himself, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We turn from sharks to baseball. We'll be right back.
What do you see? The
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
So Justin Jefferson is in the books there. 4 years, $140 million for the Vikings. Jamar Chase is probably happy as well. It's like, wait, what did he get? He got one. He got the bag. He got 140. Whoa. CeeDee Lamb. Whoa.
It's the Dan Patrick Show. Weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey there, business owners. Do you feel lost in a sea of numbers, struggling to navigate your day-to-day accounting? At Lighthouse CPAs, they specialize in guiding businesses to make more money and keep more of what you make. From bookkeeping to tax planning, they've got you covered. Plus, with their user-friendly software, managing your finances has never been easier. Spend less time on paperwork and more time growing your business. Call Lighthouse CPAs 850-785-5254.
Bestway Portable Buildings has been your portable building specialist since 1989. Before you invest your hard-earned money someplace else, owner Jason Mulder invites you to stop by Bestway and get a quote on just about any size building. And whether you buy with Bestway or not, it's worth the trip just to meet Bestway Buddy. Say hello, buddy. Good boy. Bestway Portable Buildings, just north of Harts Marine on 231, and online at bestwayportablebuildings.com. The best in portable, period. Tell them Buddy sent ya.
It's time for a new kitchen from Kitchen Designs. Kitchen Designs in Panama City Beach and Santa Rosa Beach offers full-service cabinets, countertops, and flooring, plus cash and carry cabinets available the very next day. Kitchen Designs has been family-owned and operated for over 20 years. Visit their showroom at 7934 Front Beach Road and on Lynn Drive in Santa Rosa Beach. Or call Kitchen Designs, 850-775-4150.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
He's the sexiest man on the planet.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio on the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. FSU update. Just talked about them. Get out to Newbies, have a great time. Newbies 2 on the curve. Go watch all the World Series of baseball. There's another Georgia NC State game you watch right there today at Newbies 2. Go have a wonderful time at all 3 Newbies. Tell them Coach sent you. Hey, we'd ask you to go vote for us. Best of Ace starts today. Vote today. If you got time, if you would please do so, go vote for us on our show here. Actually, we made 3 categories, not just one. We made 3. One was radio personality show. We made that one. Number 2, TV personality. We made, I guess, because Facebook. That's crazy. And number 3, best. What about this one now? Hey, this one. I think this is you. I don't think this is us. I think that's all on you. DJ? Best DJ.
That's crazy.
That's pretty cool. All 3, Chad. What about that? Chad Mitchell is up best debate. Go vote for Chad Mitchell. Also is up there is Max Fit Sports Nutrition. They made the final 3. So go vote for ours. Go vote for Chad Mitchell. And then go vote for Max Fit Sports Nutrition. You know, I'll say this again. Bay County is just like the state of Florida. We rule our strength right now. Used to be football, now it's baseball. We got some of the best baseball play in the country right here in Bay County. The great state of Florida has some of the best baseball play year in and year out in the United States of America. Look at Florida State. Look at Florida. Both are heading out to Omaha. Congratulations, 2 ball clubs. Rob, you got to be proud of FSU baseball.
Well, they the pitching held up pretty good in the last 2 tournaments. And so I think they, in the regional and the super regional. So if they can continue that, they got the bats. I mean, it's that if they don't go into a slump or catch a hot pitcher, but and that's the thing is that it depends on how you go in. FSU is not throwing their ace the first day, and he's done pretty good, the kid from Arnold. And so the first game that they did in the regional, he pitched to Jim. And the first game that he pitched, Friday, he pitched good up into the latter part of the game. When he was in the regional, he pitched within 1 out of doing a complete game.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm not, but he got into a little trouble. He got a couple, walked somebody got a base hit. He had a couple guys on, and Link went out and pulled him there, and they got the final out. But and then their ace, who has come around finally, pitched, and pitched the second 2 games in both of them, and they look really good in Tallahassee. Now traveling, that's a whole nother animal, So it would be great if they could win it. It would just go to show a lot of people that number 11 or Coach Martin or Mike Martin, whatever you call him by, is sitting up there in heaven and cheering them on,
Yeah, I'd say the atmosphere was outstanding for that baseball game. Jeremy, them were over there. Great crowds, great atmosphere in Tallahassee. And I want to give congratulations to Bill Allen and Greg Bernicki. They were behind making the change. They were very vocal about it. I thought they were wrong. The new coach comes in. The first year was not very good at all. I said, man, I don't know about this. And now look what he's done in year 2. He might win it all, but he's there. So congratulations to all the people that wanted to change, and the coach has done a great job. Congratulations to him. Chad, give us a rundown. What happened in these ball games?
All right, so Friday, of course, Florida State was playing UConn in the Tallahassee Super Regional, and they beat UConn 24-4 on Friday. Wow! So
pretty good.
You think what Rob said about their bats being good and their pitching being pretty good?
I thought their field goal kicker was pretty good. The offense scored 3 touchdowns.
And then Saturday, Florida State finished them off 10-8. And to move on to the
I watched that one. Some of that.
College World Series. Now they're going to play Tennessee first game. It looks like the way the brackets got it set.
That's the way the bracket.
That's going to be a good one there now.
So that's what's coming up with FSU.
Tennessee's good, guys. That's going to be a heck of a game right there. Heck of a series. Yeah. Hey, Glenn, how does that work now? Get to you up there in Utah. I mean, not Utah, Omaha. How's that work? Do they have to play the exact same team 3 times, or do they go to losers bracket?
After they go to the losers bracket and start all that, they flip it right there at the end. So, but
I like that.
Yeah, so.
Well, they got the 2 divisions. They'll have 8 teams in one side that'll play, I think, Friday, and then they'll have 4 games Friday.
Right.
Or have the 2 games, then they go 2 games, and it's a losers bracket. It's kind of, but they play. It's a double elimination up until they have the top 2 teams, and then it's a 3-game series.
Right. All right. I like that. We're going to have a lot of SEC schools there, which is good. That's a good thing. Yeah. Hopefully Georgia will get in there. Glenn, that's today, right?
Let's play tonight. That's Georgia, North Carolina State.
Yeah.
So the bracket had, you talk about SEC teams. Let's just talk about who's in it. Tennessee, Florida State, Virginia, North Carolina, Texas A&M, Florida. We'll get to them here in the next segment. And then Kentucky, and obviously Georgia and North Carolina State are playing a game today to determine which one of those 2 teams.
So, Rob, hopefully we have 5 from the SEC.
So really, it's SEC against the ACC.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's the way to look at it.
And then when football starts, it'll be the Big Ten and the SEC.
Blow my nose.
Boy, hey, what'd you think though? Were you shocked this year? Were you concerned at all last year with the new baseball coach and how they turned around? They're strong. They look really good. Were you shocked by this, or you expected this?
Well, the Hiplo last year was supposed to be that they were great, and going to have all this, and the pitching just fell apart. And the pitching has let them down all year. They would have won another probably 5 or 6 games if the pitching had not give up so many runs late in the inning. They would have won the ACC tournament without a problem.
Yeah.
But they gave up. They could go in, win it, be up by 6 runs in the 7th inning. Bullpen come in and give up, 8 or 10 runs in the last 2 or 3 innings, and but it don't take long to give up 4 or 5 runs in college baseball. You walk 2 guys, somebody comes in and gives up a hit, bases loaded, boom, you got a grand slam, and you give up 4 runs right quick.
Hey, Rob, while we're thinking about it, you get off the phone, make sure you get on your line, go online, vote for us, Best of Bay.
Well, now we got to get the categories. Which one is it?
We're up for 3. Just vote. Go to radio, TV, and DJ.
Radio personality and all that. Well, what's Dr. Mitchell? Is it Mr. King?
It's stud.
Surgeon? Is it stud?
Stud fee? I don't know.
I hadn't had anything to do with it. So.
It's Robo-Doc.
Just go down, listen. You just look at them and you just click it.
Best all around groovy, dude.
Yeah.
Well, obviously you hadn't voted before because they got about 250 categories, and
do
you got
they
to
really?
know where to go and look.
Wow. Wow, I didn't know that.
And how you find who you're looking for? You can't just Google.
Well, see that explains it right there. When people were voting for us, they were just finding anything and just voting. That's how we got on 3 categories instead of 1.
Right, and then you go in there, and once you vote your one time, then it's hard to go back in and find, okay, then it won't let you vote again, because I wanted to vote for, like, y'all for a morning show and David and them in the afternoon. Well, then, it wouldn't let you vote but once, and I don't have but 1 email. But anyway, the categories,
Right.
Is that going to be the one for Jason? Is that sports medicine, or is it going to be, nutrition?
I think it's health care. It might be health care under Chad Mitchell.
Okay.
Yeah. And Jason might be the exact same thing. I'm not sure about that. I'll try to find out for you. Hey, listen, I don't want to hear the excuses. Get off the phone. Go vote for me. Don't worry about Chad.
Golly.
That's the usual. That's the usual, Glenn.
That's right.
Hey, we got to go. We got to give away some Atlanta Braves trip, a chance to win a trip to watch Atlanta Braves play.
I got to hang up because I got to start calling in.
Call in, baby.
There you go.
Call in. All right, go ahead, Wildcat. Take over.
All right, here's the go. Boys and girls, moms and dads, here's your chance to be a contestant in our 7-year send-off from ESPN. It's our 7th year anniversary, and to celebrate it, we are going to give you a chance to win 4 tickets to the Toronto Blue Jays game on Saturday, September the 7th. You get hotel, cash, food, beverages, and you get to sit in the amazing Xfinity Club. So all you got to do is be caller number 10, 215-6290. Caller number 10 at 215-6290. That will get you entered. And if you have been entered once, you can get entered again, by the way. That will get you entered into the contest. And just for being entered, you will win 2 gift certificates for Swampy Jacks. So it's a win-win-win. Be caller number 10 at 215-6290.
Win-win-win. Number 10. I tell you right now, if you don't have CETO now and you get in the Gulf, all these bull sharks, everything else going on, your boat breaks down, something like that, you better have CETO. Don't go if you don't have.
Don't be a Gilligan.
Don't.
Right.
We're dead serious about this stuff.
They were busy this weekend.
Whew. Paparazzi Pizza. You love pizza, only place to go. That's Paparazzi. Go check it out. Glenn loves that place.
I do. Absolutely.
The bakery, the Napoleon, the Paradise Cake, the carrot cake, the lasagna, the spaghetti, the pizza. They got it all right there. And now they got a bar. Paparazzi Pizza on Thomas Drive. You will love it. They got a retired police officer that runs it. That reason alone, you pack it out. Beef Road Braised, Lynn Haven. Speaking of Lynn Haven, their county commissioner is unbelievable. Pat Perno is unreal. Does an incredible job. Does a great job. Beef Road Braised, Lynn Haven. You walk in, they say hello, they smile, they treat you like family. The food's incredible. And then Wednesday, 10 wings inside for $9.99. Beef Road Braised, Lynn Haven. Get out there, Glenn. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We got a winner? We're going to do it now? Oh, we get back. We got a winner, I think. Be right back.
America's team plays here.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's number 10.
The Atlanta Braves on ESPN Northwest Florida. Charlie Morton, Max Fried, and Chris Sale lead the Braves' dominant pitching rotation.
That's 18 up, 18 down.
Sponsored by Panama City Toyota, Ellis Agency Insurance, Bestway Portable Buildings, PCB Hobby, and ESPN Northwest Florida.
Got him swinging. Strike 3.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 86 with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. Tonight, light sprinkles and a possibility of thunderstorms with lows around 78. Tomorrow, a likelihood of thunderstorms in the morning followed by some sun and a temperature near 89. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Discover the new Kia during the Summer Sticker Sales event going on now at Bill Bird Kia. Our SUV family is built for all-in adventures and endless possibilities. Whether you're traveling on the highways or off-road, you'll do it with grace and grit. Now offering 1.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento or a new 2024 Kia Sportage. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. Now enjoy the view this summer because the road is yours in a brand new Kia from Bill Bird Kia.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento or new 2024 Kia Sportage with $2,165 per month per 1,000 financed and 48 months. Quantities limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 7/8/24.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Bonafide and qualified.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
Certified.
From the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Congratulations to the Florida Gators. Florida is the only school in the country to send both baseball and softball to the 2024 College World Series. Congratulations, Florida Gators, on a great year on both sports. We have a winner to Atlanta Braves baseball entry. Who is it? Good morning.
Hey, how's it going, Coach?
It's going great. Who is this?
It's Matt Valley.
Hey, Matt, what are you doing, big guy?
Hey, man, just working. Working and listening to you guys.
Well, that's a great thing to do. Thank you so much for listening. What do you think about all these shark attacks? What do you think about all this stuff?
Oh, man, I'm just trying to stay out of the water. I'm going to stay in the pool.
There you go.
Matt was always highly intelligent. Matt, tell everybody out there what college football team you love.
Hey, man, roll Tide.
Roll damn Tide, baby. He is Rudy Valley. Hey, I'll tell you what, your daddy was a legend. You know that?
Yeah, man.
He was. And you are too, brother. Everything going good at home? Everything good with that beautiful baby?
Oh, yeah.
Good,
yep,
good,
everything's
good,
great.
Good. I didn't know you were an Atlanta Braves fan.
Oh, yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
I try to make a trip up every year.
Well, I tell you what we're going to do. Wildcat will tell you everything you need to know.
Yep, I got him ready to go.
Yeah, what did he win? He won something.
He won to 2 gift certificates to Swampy Jack's. Plus, he was entered to our 7-year send-off, which is 4 tickets to Atlanta, money, drinks, food, Xfinity box seats for all 4 people, and
Matt, you know what else you just won?
What's that?
He's one of my better players. He's one of my best players. Matt, just get yourself a Rudy's gift card and take you and your beautiful wife and get some good barbecue on Bat Beach Road at Rudy's, okay?
Good deal. I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Thank you for listening. Thank you for calling in.
Yes,
we
sir.
love you. You take care of yourself, okay, Matt?
All right, you do the same.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Tell you what, Matt's daddy went to school with Joe Namath up at Alabama back in the day. Great man. We did the show live at J. Michael's. He'd come in the mornings. Actually, he sometimes would come on the show. About 8 or 9 years ago, he'd come on the show and help us out. He was great. All right, talking about the Florida Gators, what they have done. Oh, Chad, I got something for you. Let me 1 second.
Go ahead, you talk though, Chad.
Little ADHD, right?
A little, yeah.
All right. This is if you wanted to vote for Chad or, well, forget Chad. If you want to vote for us, here's what you do. The main category is to go entertainment and leisure people. Under there, you will vote for the Coach Hale Show in 3 categories: DJ, radio personality, TV. Oh, wait a minute. What about Chad?
You have to go to health and beauty.
Health and beauty.
And go to sports medicine and orthopedic clinic.
Yeah.
And then vote for orthopedic associates.
There you go.
Yeah,
Chad.
that's
Is it Chad Mitchell or just orthopedics?
It's orthopedic associates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure you go vote for those.
I like it when you said health and beauty. I like to.
I noticed he kind of looked at us like we're nothing. It's okay. What about the Florida Gators, man? I watched that game. That was a heck of a ball game yesterday. That was crazy.
Yeah, so Florida scores 2 runs on a walk-off double in the bottom of the 13th inning of Game 2 to eliminate Clemson. Obviously, Clemson wasn't too happy about it. There was some skirmishing during the game.
How about the spike in the bat and the ejecting the 2 coaches?
They ejected. It was earlier, and then that happened.
Yeah.
So it's 2 occasions, and the fans were on Florida people. It was exciting to watch.
That first base umpire probably needed a police escort. To
Yeah, I think so too.
Anyway, so Florida wins the Super Regional, beating Clemson 2 games. They beat them. Looks like on Saturday 10-7, and then obviously yesterday 11-10. You know, Clemson had scored in the top of the 13th. They'd scored 1 run, so if they could have held Florida, it would have been over. And this kid hits a walk-off double, and he was the 9th batter in the lineup.
We had 2 on base, second, third.
Yep.
And then the big stud came up there. They walked him to load the bases.
To load the bases,
and then we got the.
Then you got the 9th batter in the lineup, and he hits a double. Love it.
Yeah. And as soon as they scored that second run, everybody runs the field, hugging on each other. What a game! Unbelievable.
Yeah. So Florida will meet Texas A&M to start the College World Series.
Did you, Glenn? Could you read the language of the Clemson baseball coach? They kept zooming in on him. F this every other word when that was going on.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't think he knew the camera was like.
See, that's
in
the
his
thing.
face.
They don't need to be on top of all that stuff.
Yeah. They don't. And come on, coaches. I'm going to scold the coaches a little bit and players. I mean, you're at a college, a university. Like, you can have some better words to say.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, think about that.
They
for a
completely
minute.
lost it. I mean, they did. They lost.
I get being mad, but you ain't gotta do that.
Yeah. Well, Florida coach he sat back. I didn't see him say 2 words.
Well, they didn't call anything on him.
Well, still,
we need some more. We need some more Tom Landrys. You remember Tom Landry sitting on the sideline, just unflappable.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd get mad about some things, but it didn't even have to raise his voice. Man, he's a guy that we ought to be modeling.
I'll take Nick Saban. I want Nick Saban back. I'll take him.
Yeah, he never said anything.
He never cussed. Hey, what about the GOAT now? Who's the GOAT now? Oklahoma softball coach.
Oh, yeah.
She's got one more national championship in Saban right now.
Oh, they
4 in a row?
Yeah. Their softball is amazing.
Let me ask both this, though, really and truly. We were on Florida. We were like, man, what's going on? They had fallen apart. And we thought they're not even going to get in. Remember we were talking about, we don't know they're going to get in.
Baseball.
Baseball, yeah.
I thought that. I certainly
they're
thought
hot
that.
right now, man. Who knows what can happen?
A lot of people were upset because California didn't get in and they got in.
They got in. Yeah. Was strength of schedule what got them in?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, this is where Florida was expected to be the beginning of the season.
Right.
And they kept losing games and losing games. I mean, basically they started this postseason one game over 500. Like, that's not usually a team that makes it to the College World Series.
I tell you what, they're swinging the bats pretty good right now.
Right. The pitching's good, too.
Yeah, the game started at 1:30. It got over almost at 7. I watched probably 6 innings of it, and we went to the water park, got back, and turned it on. I said, "Oh, good, it's still going on." And Florida was winning. Clemson they tied up, and I was like, "Man, this is tough." And we pulled it out. But that's the first time I remember watching a Florida game that many innings. That has to be a record for them, you would think.
I don't know. I mean, I can look it up.
Yeah.
But
it just seemed like. Did you watch any of it, Glenn?
I watched the whole thing.
Golly. I mean, that was a long baseball game. It was a heck of a game. It was exciting.
Yeah. I had one every time I go to commercial, I'd go to one, then I'd go to another, and I'd go back. Yeah, that's
I started watching A&M. They got up, and then after went back to another one. Something. Then I finally just started watching.
Yeah, Oregon got ahead, and then
yeah.
So.
Well, what do you think? Can Florida State or Florida win it all?
Yes, they can. They're in it. I mean, you got to get there first. Don't get me wrong. Tennessee's playing great ball. Kentucky's playing good ball. If Georgia wins,
what about Kentucky? Hey, Wildcat. What about your Wildcats in Kentucky, man?
It's about time. That's all I got to say about it. It's about time.
And then A&M. You got A&M, Virginia, and don't forget Virginia and North Carolina. I mean, this is
North Carolina's good.
This is going to be a very good College World Series.
And just think, LSU just missed out on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wish we could have got them in there, but
then they're typically in contention. They're just a great team. They'll be good next year. I mean,
I think they had like 6 kids transfer out. I saw something on that, which is kind of surprising. They're probably getting 6 more better in.
Who knows?
Yeah, I'm serious. You know how LSU is huge. Anyway, how much time? All right, we got to take a break. Chad, let's talk about your business. You take care of people with shark attacks. You do it all, man. What's the best way to get up with you? If we're out there, we're on the beach, we tear a knee up, we can't move it. What do we do? Where do we go? Who do we see?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.
Let me ask you this. If I go and I get hurt like that, they send me to an ambulance. We got a son that's playing baseball from California. He's here at the beach playing. Gets injured. They send him to an emergency room. And they hear, we need to be with Chad Mitchell. Once they get to the emergency room, can they say, I don't want this guy, I want Chad Mitchell? Or how does that work?
Well, I don't take call anymore for the emergency room, but if it's something that that doesn't need emergency care that can be seen in the office,
right?
That they can call my office. Yeah, they don't have to go to who they've been referred to.
Okay,
they can call us, but I don't take emergency room call anymore. I mean, I did it for years. Sometimes taking it every third night in this county.
Right.
But yeah, they can call us after the fact.
Well, another thing you can take it anytime you want. That's Turpro Pest Control. Call them. They'll be out there. They'll spray that yard down. It would look outstanding. I'm telling you that right now. Another place to go, you want to make that special person happy. Every time I go there and get something, he smiles and he wags that tail. And that's Glenn Manley. I think about Glenn all the time. I want some good jewelry.
He's dogging you, Glenn.
I'm telling you, man, he likes the bling. If you get him some necklace or bracelet,
or belly button
toe ring. Glenn loves the toe rings. What's the best place to go, Wildcat?
David Adamson Fine Jewelry, Highway 77 in North Haven. They repair jewelry sometimes while you wait, or you can drop it off, go have lunch, come back, pick it up. Take your jewelry in there, get it cleaned and get it appraised. Let them look at it. Make sure you don't lose any of those expensive rubies or diamonds. David Adamson Fine Jewelry and Design.
They are number one, like all of our sponsors. We appreciate every single one of you guys. And we'll be right back with the Alabama-Auburn update. And we got to talk about some Texas Longhorns. I found the secret to their recruiting. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Be careful out in those waters.
Suffer from political talk radio fatigue?
We know that under the 39% rate, the U.S. economy is
Tune into the most fun and exciting new radio show on the Gulf Coast. It's the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. From the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. Middays 11 to 1 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 86 with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. Tonight, light sprinkles and a possibility of thunderstorms with lows around 78. Tomorrow, a likelihood of thunderstorms in the morning followed by some sun and a temperature near 89. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? We can typically replace them while you wait. Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? In many cases, we can have it back to you the next day. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, just south of Tractor Supply. The best place in town to take a leak.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
And that's out of the ballpark.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Put down your natural light. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll Tide roll. All you Bama fans on vacation, we hope you have a good time. Be safe. And say Roll Tide. Alabama Crimson Tide recruiting. How will they do? Well, let's ask Stevenson Air Conditioning. I have not got mine serviced yet, but I have got to get it done. You want to get it serviced right before the heat and then right before the winter kicks in. It'll last better. It'll last longer. It saves you money in your power bill. And you want to go with an honest company. Somebody's a great people. And they truly are great, wonderful people. Family owned. They do a great job. They do a great job. Stevenson Air Conditioning is number one. Not even close. Call them. They'll be out there. Make an appointment. They'll come out there and they'll do a great job for you. I'm telling you that right now. All right. They sponsor Alabama Update. Let's get into it. Great news. Bama, can he recruit? Can DeBoer recruit in the SEC? Well, when you got Alabama to sell, it's a lot easier, and he's doing a great job. They got a top 100 player in the entire nation. A cornerback commits to Bama. DeBoer and his staff are doing a great job, off to a really good start right now. Alabama just added their second top 100 recruit, Chuck McDonald, number 9 overall cornerback in the nation. He is Alabama's 11th commit for the 2025 class. And by one of the associations that do this 24/7, I think they're number 1 right now in the country in recruiting, or close to it, if not number 1. He official visits to Alabama last weekend. He canceled his other official visits to Georgia, which was on June 7th. He canceled his visit June 14th to Oregon. He canceled his June 21st visit to Southern Cal. This is how this kid was going to go to the elite programs and visit. Not anymore. What do you love about Alabama? Just love everything. The coaches are solid. I love the coaching staff. They're experienced. They know what they're doing. Love everything about the University of Alabama. It just feels like home here. It's just different in Alabama. It's just different here. He went right back to Alabama after official visit, which is good. And he just, again, says it's just different at the University of Alabama. I am blessed. I am blessed. Roll Tide. He is the second Alabama cornerback commit. Another one was a 4-star kid's named Smith out of North Carolina High School in Denton, Maryland. from the state of Maryland. There's a high school called North Carolina. That's pretty cool.
Also California, Maryland, too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. He is a great player also. Alabama will have another five-star cornerback offered from Parker High School in Birmingham. I've seen this kid play. I've watched the highlights of him when I was up in Birmingham. Was visiting my daughter. She does a show up there on Friday nights. They air the game of the week, and this kid, he's a five-star for real. So it'd be a huge pickup if they get him to commit to Alabama. So the secondary, they're bringing in some great players. Everything looks pretty good. Now the kid just from California, the McDonald boy, his teammates have committed to Alabama. The four-star linebacker, Jordan Davison. I'm sorry, let me go back on this. Sanders, we had him committed not too long ago. He is a four-star linebacker. He also committed to Alabama. This high school is a national power. Bryce Young played there also, by the way. But they got a running back out there that's outstanding. Now, he hadn't committed to Alabama, but he did take an official visit to Bama. He's a four-star, Jordan Davison. He visited there, so we'll see how everything works out for him. He has not committed, heard anything about that, but everybody in the country's after him. Again, all these guys play at the same high school Bryce Young played, a national powerhouse out in California. So hopefully Alabama can get some more of those great players. The most pressure to win, this is surprising to me. The most pressure to win now, we're talking about coaches that are paid big-time money. They're in pressure-packed jobs with they want you to win the national championship. Here they are, and I agree with this one. Is it Billy Napier on this particular survey? No, it's not. They're talking about big-time coaches that have to win. Number 1, Ohio State, Coach Day. Number 2, Oregon's head football coach, Lanning. And number 3, in year 1, Alabama's coach made the list, DeBoer. Billy Napier didn't make the top 4. The fourth guy I mentioned, Texas head coach Stark. They're talking about teams now, you better win, and they're talking like national championship, conference championship, things like this. Do you agree with this list? I do agree with this list.
I don't know. I think you're talking about who's on the hot seat the worst?
Most pressure to win now.
Oh, you mean win a national championship?
Big time pro. Yes.
Yeah, I mean Napier's not under that kind of pressure, but he's under pressure
just
keeping
to
his
win.
job.
Yeah,
he's got to keep his job.
Yeah, I don't think they gave the national love to Florida. And if you lose 3 seasons in a row, you don't get it. But Glenn, I think the one of the 3, they've named 4 of them. I think the one with the least amount of pressure on him is Oregon's football coach.
Yeah,
they seem to pull the trigger slowly there, and he's done a great job.
Yeah, I don't know why they've got him so high up already. I don't know why they're
all the
after
love.
him.
Yeah.
So
Texas at Stark, Texas will fire you in a heartbeat, but he's
not under. He's
made the playoffs.
Yeah, he just got through making the playoffs. Why would you be upset?
And DeBoer hadn't even coached the game yet.
Yeah,
but we all know
he's still under pressure to win.
Yeah, it's Alabama. Let him lose to Georgia. Let him lose to Tennessee.
Let him lose to Auburn.
You lose to Auburn year 1 at home.
Or you lose to all 3 of those in a season. Like, it's not going to be very good.
Bring him back. Bring him back.
Oh, God.
He might have wished he stayed at Washington.
Yeah, I remember one time, dig him up, Bama, dig him up. Remember Bear? That happened. That really happened. That's crazy.
Oh.
But anyway, those guys are under a lot of pressure. And think about it. DeBoer's making $80 million guaranteed money. Day is making big-time money.
Yeah.
Landing's making big-time money. Stark's making big-time money. So, out of those 4, who's under the most pressure in your eyes, Glenn Manley, to win now?
Donald Trump. No, I would say.
No, we're in the most pressure if he doesn't win.
No, I would say Day up in
I think
Ohio
I agree
State
with that.
because he's had all these players. Every year it seems to be we have the best team we've had, and but somehow, if his defense doesn't improve, they're still in the same boat, I believe.
Yeah, I'm with you. They brought in a new defensive coordinator. They got a new offense coordinator, and he's got more talent probably than anybody in the country. Their roster's outstanding.
Right.
They should win it all this year. Schedule's hard.
Obviously, they got good offensive talent, and I've got this top 10 offensive lines that I found.
And who's number one there,
that's
baby?
Right, Bama's number one.
Yes, they are.
But Ohio State's in the mix. Florida actually made 10.
That's surprising.
Florida State's number 9.
Yeah.
And you got, SC schools, so it's Bama, Georgia, LSU, Texas, Oregon, Ohio State, Missouri is 7. Miami is 8. That's a big surprise to me. 9 is Florida State. 10 is Florida. So you think those coaches are worried about how their offensive line's doing, how they rank? Yeah.
I would think so.
But Day's offensive line doesn't rank that high. Now, they could turn out to be the number one by the end of the season.
I'll be honest with you, Glenn. I listened to that list, and I watched Texas play in person.
Yeah.
They got a lot of guys coming back. I'm shocked that Texas doesn't have voted
number one
line.
Offensive line.
Georgia's good. Georgia's line's good.
Well,
I'll be honest with you, I was shocked that Alabama's number 1 rated offensive line in the country. I say wait and see about that.
They got the best talent. Let's see if they perform that way.
I like Texas. I like Texas. I like Georgia's better than Bama's, but we will see. And I agree with both you guys. Ryan Day, if he loses to Michigan to beat him 3 years in a row, after Harbaugh made the comment, you're born on third base or first base, and then Lou Holtz talking about Ohio State soft. That's why they don't win the big game or whatever. Buckeye fans said, and the administration there, I think, got a meeting with them. They said, go do what you got to do. Here's all the resources you need. Get the best coaches you can get the best players you get, but you better win. They're not going to stand for Michigan beating them again. No. I don't. I think he's going to be in big-time trouble. Now, if he's 11-1, loses to Michigan, okay. But if he's like 9-3, 10-2, and
this
loses
is
to Michigan,
their year.
You would think.
Better capitalize on it.
Yeah, and you can see the Buckeyes play Oregon twice. You can see them play Michigan twice now with the way they do things. We could see 2 Iron Bowls. We could see 2 Red River games in a row with the way things are going to play out now in the playoffs, 12-team playoffs. But anyway, Bama's got. I had another thing, but I don't have time to do it today. But on Alabama, I'll say this for tomorrow. But our Alabama update has been brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jason, love you guys down there. You're doing an incredible job. Stevenson Air Conditioning, one of the few things you can purchase. You save money every single month on your power bill. When you got one that's old, we had one so old they couldn't even put the what's the stuff you spray in it? Freon in it anymore. And then we finally got rid of it. And thank God we did. It's the best thing I ever did. And the best thing I ever did was getting Jason and Stevenson Air Conditioning. They do a great job. Don't make any mistakes. Go local. Go Stevenson Air Conditioning. J. Michael's Restaurant, the best seafood, the coldest beer. Go check it out. Wednesday, world famous J. Michael Spaghetti. But they've had a great summer so far. Go check it out. You'll love it. Coldest beer, best seafood, legendary J. Michael's. South Oak Title and Closing. Do what the elites do. Real estate, Mark Cowart's unbelievable what he sells on 30A. Beth Movie, they all use South Oak Title and Closing. They do an incredible job. Chuck Tucker, love you, brother. Great job. Charlie Corms, him and Linda had a restaurant since 1986. They got the best country cooking you'll get anywhere, and they give you a lot of it, baby. Daily specials. Pick out whatever meat you want. 3 sides for $11.20. You can't beat that. Then Friday night, fried or grilled fish, baked beans, cheese grits or french fries rolled in tea. And then Saturday, get the fried shrimp, grilled shrimp. And then Glenn's favorite, that Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock, that fried chicken's incredible. Mashed potatoes, green beans, cream corn in a row at the legendary Charlie Corn's Place on 15th Street. And like Glenn always points out, there's another one on 231. 231.
Yeah, absolutely. And home of Heavenly Hat.
Have you seen Charlie lately?
I have not, but I'm going to go. I
love the BLT. Yeah. I love their BLT there and french fries.
Well, everything's good. Really.
Everything. They're good people there, too.
Right.
They got the back room in the back. You have a party back there, the manly room. You can do everything you want at Charlie Corn's Place.
Legally.
Legally. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Auburn Tigers. What's going on with Auburn?
For 7 years, ESPN Northwest Florida has been your destination on the Panhandle for the Atlanta Braves.
He just blew the doors off that thing.
But our listeners are the real MVP.
Another dominating performance.
So this year, we're giving away more tickets to Truist Park than ever before. Keep listening to win family 4-packs to experience the Atlanta Braves. From ESPN Northwest Florida, PCB Hobby, Pepsi, Fairfield, Hampton Inn on Thomas, and Home 2 Suites.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 86 with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. Tonight, light sprinkles and a possibility of thunderstorms with lows around 78. Tomorrow, a likelihood of thunderstorms in the morning followed by some sun and a temperature near 89. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose, hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, the best place in town to take a leak.
As a realtor, it's important who you choose as your title company. May we suggest South Oak Title? Their offices are modern, comfortable, and state-of-the-art. South Oak Title can close transactions in any location in Florida, Alabama, and Tennessee. Their free mobile app allows realtors to deliver a net sheet in seconds. They provide mobile closing services to accommodate buyers and sellers. Their offices are beautifully decorated, state-of-the-art, complete, safe, and secure. South Oak Title, creating a better title and closing experience through technology and tailored service. Visit them online at southoaktitle.com.
It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
A lot more excitement is yet to come.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle, hey, Martha, Kenny, James Guama, and Jenna, and a lot of other Auburn Tigers throughout Northwest Florida. A lot of them on vacation right here in beautiful Panama City Beach.
Hey.
So have a great time.
Yes.
And if you hear from the great state of Alabama, or you just an Auburn fan from somewhere else in the southeastern United States, and you're in Panama City Beach, get over to Lynn Haven, Florida, and check out Beef O'Brady's. 10 for 10 every single day. TV's everywhere. You can watch the baseball game tonight, West Florida, NC State, right there. Food's incredible. And on Wednesday, they got those 10 wings and a side for $9.99. Pat Perno's the owner, does a great job, and he's one of the best city commissioners Lynn Haven's ever had. Matter of fact, I say he probably is the best they've ever had. Love Pat, love what they do over there. Really enjoy going over there and having a meal. Tired of paying for Glenn's, though.
Yeah, right.
Auburn is set. Heck, they've done it. Auburn gets Oklahoma's top recruit from the great state of Oklahoma. Broderick Skull from Bixby, Oklahoma. He's 6'5", 275 pounds. Top recruit from Oklahoma. 5th best offensive tackle in the nation. 19th best overall player by one recruiting service. He chose the Auburn Tigers over the ones really that he was really going to consider. Texas A&M, you know, they got really good NIL money at Texas A&M. Nebraska, he looked at Nebraska, and Texas Tech. That was the 3 schools he was really considering. He picks Auburn and Hugh Freeze. Auburn now, it's the 5th offensive lineman Auburn's gotten in the 2025 class. That's a good thing. They've got some big, good-looking players. They got 2 4-stars, got 2 3-stars. So they've done a good job getting offensive linemen to come in. So congratulations to Coach Hugh Freeze. Done an outstanding job of recruiting high school players. And I've got to give them credit. They've done an outstanding job also getting transfers to come in. Auburn is now starting to make a little noise nationally. Now, this young man, Broderick, he's going to play right offensive tackle at Auburn. Watched a little bit of tape. They say he looks pretty good. Feet looks pretty good. Good with his hands. That's what you got to have. Good feet, good hands, be able to hold on, lock on to them. He does a pretty good job of doing so. Run blocking, good, but pass blocking looks like he's pretty good. Got those long arms. I like that. Auburn now. Glenn, this is the first time. This is first time it's happened, Chad. Tell your beautiful wife she needs to be listening right now. Auburn ranks inside the top 25. Finally, it's ESPN FPI poll. They do 20,000 simulations of some formula they have, and then they come up with the top 25 teams in the country. Some of it's returning starters, transfer players in, recruiting, injury. They have a formula, and they do it 20,000 times. It spits it out. And Auburn is the first poll they've been ranked in. They're ranked 19th in the nation on the ESPN FPI. They give them 70. Their over-under is 7.5, and they definitely, this little computer here thinks Auburn's definitely going to be over the 7.5. Matter of fact, they got them an 83% chance for Auburn making a bowl game this year off this simulation. On paper, they look pretty good considering if you take what the computer's telling you. Auburn's brought in enough, this is what it says in this article, Auburn's brought in enough talent to compete at a high level. Last year, Auburn, think back to Mexico State game, the bowl game, and some other games, they looked like crap. Then also think back to last year. They almost beat Georgia at home, gave them one of their toughest games they had all year for the Georgia Bulldogs. They had Alabama beaten at Auburn during the Iron Bowl, 4th and 31. Let's rush 2 people and drop 9, touchdown Alabama. So, which Auburn team shows up this year? We will see. The reason I think that this computer is also, and I do think this too, head coach Hugh Freeze with better talent and the key, Glenn, you know this too, the second year to work with his team. The first year is the hardest team. He's gotten rid of some coaches. There was some things going on there. Kids that were upset would run to certain coaches, not to Hugh Freeze.
Right.
Those coaches aren't there anymore. So things should be smoother with the coaching staff. You got better play. Number one, you got better ball players in there, and it's year 2. So I agree with that. This season should be better. There's no doubt about that. The staff, everybody working together. But Auburn's going to be competitive in 2024. There's no doubt about that. Now, Glenn, let me ask you this. Chad, focus in on this. When Bear Bryant retired and shortly died, Pat Dye was the head football coach at Auburn. In his second year, all this happened. He kind of took over the state in recruiting. He kind of took over the SEC for a period of time. And my question to both of you, Nick Saban just retired. Hugh Freeze doing a great job getting players. They flipped that 5-star receiver, got him to sign with Auburn. He's doing a good job. Does he take advantage of a situation like Pat Dye did with the legend Nick Saban retiring and gone? Pat Dye got it done when Bear Bryant. Now, the difference is you got Oklahoma and Texas coming in here, and you didn't have Texas A&M and South Carolina and Arkansas and those schools in the SEC when it happened with Pat Dye. But does Hugh Freeze take advantage of all this and gets them back on top for a while over Alabama?
He's definitely a good coach.
We're going to find out this year how good.
You know, of the coaches that I like to watch and follow, he's one of them. I mean, I watched him a little bit at Liberty, just, you know, because what you know about him. I mean, I know he's got some baggage from his past, but he's still a good football coach. Anyway, maybe he does get it done. We'll see. I'm concerned about their quarterback situation at Auburn. You know, you can have a 5-star receiver all you want, but if you can't get the ball to him, you know, if you don't have the offensive line, you don't have, you know, a good running game, which I think they're going to have a very good running game.
Oh, yeah, they're going to have a good running back. Auburn's always got a good running game.
You know, you've got to have that combination to be able to beat these good teams. And let's face it, the SEC's going to have a lot of talent this year.
Glenn, where he's ever been, he's had big physical receivers. He finally has those there on campus now. What do you think? Does he take advantage of this? You think he's the guy to get it done? Can he do what Pat Dye did at Auburn?
I think he's the guy to get it done. It's just going to, you know, that first year when you come in, you're kind of stuck with who's there, coach-wise and everything, because it's kind of a rush deal. So now he's had time to tweak it after the football season and then gone through spring to get some people. To take advantage, not so sure that Alabama's going to fall off as much as they did when Bear left. Those people there, some of those kids decided to come back, and also, like the kid from California said, I want to go to Alabama. That's what I want to do. So I think it'll help him a little bit, but will it make him separate really far, I'm not sure about that. Especially like Doc said with the quarterback. I'm not real happy, but I'm not the guy coaching them. The quarterback they have coming back, but he's sold on him for some strange reason, so he knows more than we do. Yeah. We'll see. But also, like I said, Oklahoma, Texas coming in, that's going to present other problems for recruiting, things like that. So.
Yeah, I remember back when Coach Dye was there and Coach Bryant, they had a week off before they played one another. That's done. And then you used to have a cupcake to play. Right. Now that's over. Yeah. I think Alabama's got Oklahoma the week before at Oklahoma, I think, and then I think Auburn's got Texas A&M at home the week before.
Yeah, well,
A&M's supposed to be good this year.
Yeah, but the thing was when Auburn complained so much about having to play,
they screwed it up.
They did. Yeah. So what you get? You got Georgia and LSU,
and A&M and Oklahoma.
Right. What you said's correct. Alabama has Oklahoma right before Auburn the week before, and Auburn has Texas A&M before Alabama.
Yeah, two physical football teams you got to play. They used to play Chattanooga, somebody like that, and they could rest everybody, and that's done and gone. I kind of wish they'd give them a week open before that.
Do you think?
There are 2 open weight dates this year.
Yeah. Do you think adding, Texas and Oklahoma, and you think they're going to be more beat up?
Oh, I definitely think so.
By the end of the season?
I would rather play Middle Tennessee State before Auburn than Oklahoma any day of the week.
Hear that, Glenn?
I heard it.
Yeah, I was to you, man.
I think he was talking about Southern Miss.
Now, as Auburn, I'd rather play Southern Mississippi the week before than Texas A&M. Yeah, it's just, you got another powerhouse game back to back. That's and Glenn, you made a great point. DeBoer at Alabama, you better not lose to Auburn the first year when you got them at home.
Right.
Because the second year, you got to go to Auburn.
Well, I just remember, it was the hurricane year when I was up in Auburn at my cousin's condo. Of course, they didn't have any more tickets, but when he didn't kick that field goal against Tennessee, they were coming back. These big peanut farmers were writing checks, right? They had them all stacked on the bar. Here's my donation to get rid of them. So
be careful what you want.
That's right.
But y'all both mentioned something that was in the article, and I didn't go over it. The quarterback play is huge. There's no doubt about that. And they got a true freshman that's supposed to be pretty doggone good. If Peyton Thorne doesn't get it done, I think Hugh Freeze will. I know he'll make the change. But anyway, the computer models know something that other people don't because they got them ranked in the top 25. No one else has them ranked there. I think they looked at Auburn play the last 2 games. Right. New Mexico State, Alabama. In the bowl game, they looked pathetic. Same thing with FSU. I thought they're not getting as much love as they should because of the Georgia game. Right. No doubt. All right, we'll be right back. Do I have time to talk about beef braised in Haven? Get out there and have a great time. I'm telling you, Pat does. I do. Pat's one of the best men I know. He's always giving back to the community. Wonderful man. People that work for him love him. You can see that. And you walk in there, people are so friendly. The service is the best you'll get anywhere. The food's incredible. Beef braised in Haven, no doubt about that. Also, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, don't put it off. 5 minutes can save your life. Dr. Ward is the guy you want to go see. You can listen to him Wednesday mornings at 7:30 right here with Glenn Manley. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill right across the street from the Navy base. A lot of people are having birthday parties there. You get so many people. It's so big in there. You can have a huge party in there and have a great time. Thursday night karaoke. Happy hour. Buy one, get one free. Margaritas, draft beer, house wine. Go check it out. You'll love it. Lunch specials Monday through Friday. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Glenn, Rudy's Barbecue. I went and listened to the superintendent speak there. The food was great. I got the turkey plate. Everybody there is talking about how good everything was. They got the back room in the back. They have a chamber meeting, whatever you want to do. If you're here on vacation, call. They'll cater to you. If you've got a big family event going on, Rudy's Barbecue on Bat Beach Grove. Go check it out. You'll love it. Best barbecue anywhere. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Dr. Chad Mitchell, Glenn Manley, Kentucky Wildcat. We'll be right back.
America's team plays here.
And a rocket to right field. This thing is into orbit.
The Atlanta Braves on ESPN Northwest Florida. Acuna, Ozzie, and Austin Riley lead the Braves' high-powered offense.
Swung on, belted, deep right field. Get out of here, Ozzie. Home run. Ball game.
The Atlanta Braves Sports on ESPN Northwest Florida is sponsored by Brock's Pest Control. Store more portable buildings, reliable hydraulic solutions. Bill Bird Kia and Mid-South Lumber.
Discover the new Kia during the Summer Sticker Sales Event going on now at Bill Bird Kia. Our SUV family is built for all-in adventures and endless possibilities. Whether you're traveling on the highways or off-road, you'll do it with grace and grit. Now offering 1.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento or a new 2024 Kia Sportage. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. Now enjoy the view this summer because the road is yours in a brand new Kia from Bill Bird Kia.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento or new 2024 Kia Sportage with $2,165 per month per 1,000 financed in 48 months. Quantities limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 7/8/24.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
He has a really low passenger rating on Uber. He punched a magician and started a petition to remove the penny from circulation.
Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael studio.
Is he sane? I have no idea.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Damn Dodger. Good job, Wildcat. That's a good one. Glenn like that one. He should. He wrote it 1967. And we're back live. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Go have a great time. Get out to the beach. They got red flags, purple flags. Stay out of the water. Pay attention. Be safe. And be careful. All right. Texas recruiting. Before we get into Texas recruiting, maybe they're doing the same thing at Florida. Maybe Florida's copying Texas, Florida State. I'm not sure. What's going on with this big stud? Who's he going to go to, Florida or Florida State?
So what we're talking about is Solomon Thomas, who's a 5-star from Jacksonville, Florida. He's a commit to Florida State. He committed December 22nd of 2023, so that was just this last December. So Solomon Thomas is an offensive tackle, 6'4", 315 pounds. He's a Florida State commit, and Florida had him, I think it was this weekend, really pushing hard to get him to flip. So there's a lot of this going on. I'm sure there's a lot of talk about NIL money and those kind of things, right?
Glenn's getting his pocketbook out as we speak.
He had very positive things to say about Florida. And I think that's got a little bit of the FSU fan base a little worried. But, I mean...
did it say where he's out of?
Jacksonville.
Okay,
Florida.
I'm sorry.
Rains in Jacksonville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Know about
So
Rains.
he's a 5-star. So nationally, he's the 24th player ranked nationally. And at his position, which is offensive tackle, he's number 1 in the nation.
Wow.
And in the state of Florida, he's the number 2 player in the state of Florida. Wow. So we're talking about a big-time 5-star that you want on your team.
When will he make the final decision, did it say?
No, I hadn't seen anything like that. But, he's committed to Florida State. So, that's never the final decision, though, right? But right now,
do you think he's smart enough to play both of them against each other?
Oh, absolutely.
I need a little bit more money.
Exactly.
I need to go to Glenn's house.
Yeah. And then after he's been to Florida, he's calling up FSU.
Yeah.
They offered me this.
Right.
We just got through talking about the kid from Oklahoma, the Auburn guy, the offensive lineman. Yeah. He was 6'5", 275. This kid here is 6'4", 315.
Yeah,
coming out of high school.
Yeah, 5-star.
Wow.
Anyway,
crazy.
24th player ranked nationally.
Yeah,
that's saying a lot. This kid's an athlete.
All right, here we go. Texas, what a job they're doing in recruiting. They're getting people to transfer in. They're getting players from all over the country. They got Bama's Bonds, the 4th and 31, the hero of the Iron Bowl.
All right.
They got him. They got some more Bama players. How do they do this? How do they make it happen? Is it magical? Do they just recruit better than anybody else? Or is there something secret behind this?
Oil money.
Could it be that? Let's look into this. 2.4 million recruiting spending by Texas. Pocket change for Texas. Stark in Texas land 9 of the nation's best players this past year. 9 of the best in the country. Texas spent $280,000 on visiting quarterback Arch Manning. His visit, let me say it again. A visit, okay, that's Chad, I'm coming over to visit. Are you going to spend $280,000 on me to come visit your house?
Negative.
Well, the Texas
I'll give you a peanut butter and jelly.
There you go.
Yeah. The Texas Longhorn, Glenn, what did they buy the young man? $280,000 on his visit, Arch Manning. Texas has a partnership with Lamborghini. Does this help? It could.
Well, that's what Bond wanted. Bond wanted a Lamborghini.
Well, he got it, baby.
Yeah.
Lamborghini Austin. That's the name of it. NIL is a good thing for Texas. Signature colors for these cars: orange, white, and black. Well, if you're one of the 9 elite players in the country, guess what's part of your NIL package?
A Lamborghini.
Thank you, sir. Can you imagine?
So
you go and now they're telling you take a kid. Now, Saban should have never retired. He owns Mercedes places. They could have worked the same deal. Maybe that's the reason he bought them. Maybe he's smart. Maybe Alabama will start doing Mercedes.
So what's part of my NIL deal for being
we
here?
got you all the Dr. Pepper you want. You can have regular. You can have sugar-free. You can have diet.
Now I've taken over as the number 2 cylinder.
I need to talk to
Thank
Texas,
you, Glenn.
Glenn.
Thank you, Glenn.
I need to talk to Texas.
But, I mean, think about it. If you're a young man and you go and you're being recruited by everybody, even if you grew up being Auburn, I love Auburn. I grew up, I'm going there. My dad, I'm going to Auburn. You go there and then you go visit Texas. You look at their facilities. You look at the amount of money they can give you, and oh yeah, hey, like this vehicle. You drive around in one of those things. What do they cost? They're
I don't know. It's
probably $280 million. I mean, $280,000. I don't know. They're expensive.
There's a big range there. Let's put it that way. It depends on the model.
Oh, these are elite. Elite now.
Yeah,
they got those kids driving.
Yeah,
it's hard to turn down stuff like this.
Yeah, I know, because his family needs the money, so he would be.
Yeah. Well, they'll get the money and the car.
Right, but I'm just saying he comes from such a poor background.
When I read this, I said, no wonder they're getting the best 9 players in the entire country.
I would be afraid to drive the thing. I mean,
they can fly now. It's a race car. There's no doubt about that. I don't think Georgia's going to let their players have these. Georgia needs to put them in Volkswagens or something. But anyway, that's one of the secrets of Texas, and it's legal. There's nothing wrong with what they're doing. It's all legal, above board. Great job, Stark, for thinking about it. Great job for the Lamborghini Austin partnership with the Texas Longhorns. We want the best players in the country here. We're going to give you the best vehicles in the world. You come play at Texas. So congratulations. It's smart. All right, another thing is just passed the NCAA. What do you guys think about this? They approve sponsor logos on the field. If they wanted to, if somebody comes to the University of Alabama and goes, look, we're going to pay you blank amount of money. We don't want Alabama in the end zone. We want Mercedes of Birmingham across there. What are they going to do? They're going to take that big time money. You know why they're doing it? This is why they're doing it. The NCAA said this is a help play for payers' revenue sharing. They're going to need money, and they're going to open the.
Basically, we've got the amateur version of the NFL, is what we've got.
Yeah. We have sold our souls.
That's what's going on.
Yep. Well, you know what? If you're done,
and I don't have a problem with players getting part of the gate, a small percentage, whatever. They're getting school paid for, fed. And I get the elite athletes being able to do commercials, that kind of thing, get paid for that. I totally understand that.
When Glenn and I played, they didn't do that.
I know.
So why can't we go back? They discriminate against our age.
That's
age discrimination. I think we got to be paid. I never got on the field anyway, so Glenn at least got on the field.
The going rate for doing a commercial is not $250,000. I mean, you can Google that. Depending on how big of a celebrity they are. It's not $1 million in a Ferrari for doing a 30-second commercial for potato chips. So they ought to scale that down to a reasonable amount of money.
Well, the only ones that are getting that kind of deal are the elite or the elites. The Glenn Manleys of the world get that deal.
Let me tell you, I remember my $15 for laundry money. That's what and not one penny was spent for laundry, I can assure you.
You mind if I tell them that one story? You won't get mad. Hey, hold his gun. Don't let it happen. No, seriously, Glenn, one time, he got that NIL money. Went down to the pool hall. He turned $15 in to $150. Back then, $150 was a lot of money. There's a lot of...
Actually, it was a pinball machine. Actually, is what it was. They barred me from using it.
They told me it was a pool.
No, it was a pinball machine. So
you can do it all.
The one where you match the numbers across the top.
He was great.
So I looked it up. I mean, I did what John said to do. I looked up the price of a commercial here for a college football game. A 30-second TV ad can range from $1,000 to $50,000 or more. But the national championship game, those commercials cost between $1 million and $1.1 million to run.
Yeah. Ooh. And it's going to go higher than that. No doubt.
So it kind of gives you that crazy range.
Well, what do y'all guys think about the NCAA? I'm okay with it. It's going to be different because you're so used to the tradition of the fields. Alabama's end zone. I think they're going to keep the end zones the same. What they'll do, the sideline, you could see Home Depot.
Like you used to, like you see the SEC or they'll put those.
Well, you can have signs up in the top of the stadium.
No, this is something
this is
new.
Home field,
on the field, like Chad Mitchell. Robotic surgery.
Pretty soon,
Auburn,
the head coaches
Central
will be wearing the Alabama Texaco.
On the or the back of the jerseys. Yeah,
they're gonna look like NASCAR driver uniforms. With 50.
Is that how they're going to talk at the end of the game? I want to thank Gatorade and Home Depot and Dr. Pepper for sponsoring me, and then they do their interview. I mean, is this how it's going to go?
We did that. We did that at Lake Wells. We did that at Cape Coral. We did that at Arnold. I think T used to do that. We like a quarter. You can sponsor this quarter. This quarter is sponsored by Montego Bay. We did it. You make money.
First downs by so and so.
Yeah, you make all kind of ways to do it. Let me ask you this: don't you think at Auburn we'll see Yellowwood somewhere on that side?
Yellowwood's going to be there.
Yeah.
You see the Yellowwood commercials.
Who will it be for Florida? What would it be for Florida? I'm just trying to think.
I don't know who the big donors are.
Citrus growers.
What about FSU? Who's a big money guy at FSU? There'll be something on the FSU side.
Gosh, I don't know.
Newbies. Yeah. 3 great locations. Newbies. Charlotte. Put a picture of Charlotte out there. But seriously, that kind of stuff is going to go on. They got to get the revenue up to pay for all this stuff's going on. I think baseball's going to benefit down the road. They have limited scholarships. I think baseball's going to be in a better shape than any other sport.
I've never understood that.
I didn't either. All right, we get back. Our last little segment. I've got something to cover. Teams with the best record against the Ohio State Buckeyes. I'll say it today, and then I'll say it tomorrow for Jim and Jason. This will be a double doozy right here. Okay? Let's talk about some of our great people. I tell you what. Say hi to Russ and David when you head out to go buy jewelry. David Addison, their jewelry store is incredible. There's no doubt. Anything you want made, they can do it right there. Anything you want repaired, they do it right there.
Right there.
And they give you a deal on everything there. They are wonderful people. They got great merchandise. It's right here in Lynn Haven. You can't beat that, Wildcat. Where's it located?
Take that jewelry in there that you didn't think was, well, you may not know what it's worth. Take it in there, and they'll do a free appraisal of your jewelry. And then you can go out and get it insured, or you can get it repaired and start wearing it again. They're great people. Highway 77, 830. Highway 77.
We all can't have what Glenn Manley has, but we can have his beautiful yard. All we have to do is call Turf Pro Pest Control and say, look, Pat, we want my yard to look absolutely beautiful. Can you make it happen? He'll say yes. They'll send a crew out there. Turf Pro Pest Control, your yard will look beautiful. There's no doubt about it. They do a great job. I want great pizza today. Where am I going to go? Only one place. That's Paparazzi Pizza on Thomas Drive. They got 3 restaurants in one, but the pizza is legendary. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. You want to look better, feel better? Ask Glenn Manley. What's your favorite product you buy from them?
I buy the Joint Boost and now the protein mix and the greens and fruits.
Yeah, I'm not going to say what other pill you get. Anyway, Max Fit Sports Nutrition is outstanding. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, go see Dr. Ward. 5 minutes can save your life.
He said you swear by it. So I know.
There's offices throughout Northwest Florida. Go check it out. His guy's incredible.
Prune juice.
We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a very high-end card and very rare.
Todd talks about coins, trading cards, collectibles, and the amazing stories behind them.
It was the first one that's ever come through my door.
Plus, we'll be taking your calls and questions at 850-215-6290. The PCB Hobby Takeover.
A platform for you to do your hobby.
Mondays at 5:20 on the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For this afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 86 with a moderate breeze at 14 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. Tonight, light sprinkles and a possibility of thunderstorms with lows around 78. Tomorrow, a likelihood of thunderstorms in the morning followed by some sun and a temperature near 89. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Hi folks, it's Tracy with Tracy's Fine Jewelry and Coin and Bullion Reserves. Did you know that we do more than just sell some of the finest jewelry in town? We can engrave on your wedding band, locket, Yeti cup, or almost anything. Need your watch battery changed? We can do that too. Our expert will even evaluate your coin collection. And of course, we always pay top dollar for your old gold and silver jewelry. See, there's a lot more to Tracy's Fine Jewelry than a lot of pretty sparkly things. Come and see us today at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
He's a beacon of light to many and an inspiration to all.
These men need inspiration.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
They're motivated by Vicodin and Road Skank.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
I'll never tell him that. And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Stay safe. Stay safe. Watch out. Look to your left, look to your right, look under. They are sharks in the water.
Dun, 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 dun,
Be careful when you have people calling in, too.
There's sharks on the phone.
There's sharks on the phone as well. Let's take this phone call. He says he is the people's caller that never calls. Let's take him right now. Good morning, sir.
Go Blue Trucks, Aries River, Razzle, Inspect Tindall. Hey, I got a job, you know.
Yeah, calling us.
Hey, when you start putting me on the payroll, then I'll start calling in more. What's up, fellas? Morning.
Morning.
Doc, Coach Manley.
Hey, how are you?
And even you, Coach Hale. Hello, Smitty.
Good
Congratulations
morning.
to the Wildcats last night.
Don't forget.
Thank you very much.
Don't
Thank you
forget
very
Dr. Chad Mitchell.
I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had Coach Hale ears.
Yes. Yes. Hey, listen, we'd like to take you fishing later today. Go out by the first sandbar, and once you've bent over and look at something,
Jump in to see if you can get the seashells.
Yeah.
No, I tell you, I hate sharks. I hate alligators.
I hate gators.
Snakes. But I love watching like swamp people, serpent invasion, and Shark Week.
Yes.
But I tell you, those bull sharks, you don't want to mess with them, bro. You don't. You don't want to mess with them. No, you don't.
The one time I've been gator hunting, I was impressed because the gators knew it was hunting season. They knew. They disappeared.
Yeah.
They absolutely disappeared. In other words, they were scared. It was amazing how many gators you see, and then the very first day of gator hunting, and like they're hard to find at that point.
The crocodile over there they were talking about, they said the exact same. They said he said this thing is so intelligent it's scary. Same thing you said. They know what's going on.
Yeah, they get a sense of what's going on and go hide. Yeah.
Millions of
It's
years.
not like a Michigan fan. I mean, these things know.
Hey.
Oh,
back
sorry.
up. Hey, I tell you, Florida needs to change the laws and do what Louisiana does and allow shoot the gators with the gun. You know, instead
I'm
of
with
Florida
you.
Where you got to do the blow gun, whatever,
bang stick,
whatever they do.
Yeah, I'm with you,
bang
man.
stick, yeah.
We've protected them too much.
Did you see on the news a lady in Indonesia got swallowed whole by a python?
Yes,
or a
we
snake
did.
of some kind?
Yes. That's not the first time that's happened. That's not the first time that's
No,
happened.
it's not. It happens like once, twice a year, I guess, over there.
Yeah, it's crazy. I tell you what, I'm praying for this pure lady that got lost her arm. That's you come down here on vacation, want to have a great time, you lose your arm.
Yeah,
Chad actually worked on one back in 2000. I think it's 2002. I think the kid from Tennessee lost his leg. Chad actually worked on him to save him.
Actually, I followed him post-op. One of my partners saved him.
It sounds better when I said you did.
I know,
okay,
but I'm just being honest.
Best debate. He's trying to get you folks.
It's teamwork. It's teamwork.
Teamwork, yeah.
Teamwork.
Yeah. Chad was at home instructing what to do on TV.
This, man.
Yeah. Anyway.
I have taken care of shark attack victims.
Well, Miss Gay, what did you call for, by the way, in case we wanted to...
What was the question today?
When Bubby was real little, we lived in Navarre, and I was TDY or deployed something, and they're on the beach, and I guess a bull came within 10 feet of where the kids were swimming, and Mama Bear got into effect, got them out of the water, so we were pretty, Lord bless us on that day, but yeah, you got to watch out there. That's why, especially early morning and in the evening, you want to stay away. Yeah. So that's when they come out to feed and all that. So,
yeah. And
at your own risk.
And if you get out there in Michigan, if you get lost, just splash, make a lot of noise in the water. You'll be all right.
I wonder what's going on in the world of sports.
This is sports. This is sport fishing.
Sport fishing.
That's
Good
right.
one. Good one.
Sport fishing. That's exactly right.
So, Eddie, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So think of and give me your top college football playoff sponsors. Do you remember who you saw? Because this has been, this has come up with the NIL and, who are top sponsors in college football. So let's see how many of them you can name. College football playoff sponsors.
I think my favorite when actually bowl games matched up with the sponsors that fit their bowls. Like, remember, Keith Jackson. Oh, the Fiesta Bowl brought to you by Tostitos. That goes. What about the Sunkissed Orange Bowl? That goes, right?
Yeah.
There's two right there. You have the Quick Lane Bowl, the Motor City Bowl in Detroit. That fits because Ford, right? Birthplace is Detroit. That's another one. Let me see.
Yeah, those are not on the list.
Yeah, you're not making the list.
I always liked the Blockbuster Bowl was a good one because it was so crazy. It was funny. That was a good one. And then what about the Pool and Weed Eater Bowl? That was pretty good.
Yeah, none of those are on this list.
You're not doing very good.
Well, I'm just telling you what I think is good. That's all that matters.
Okay,
right?
that's all that matters. It's just a
people's scholar.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then what about just the plain Jane? What about the old-fashioned Bluebonnet Bowl? That was a classic.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, that's good.
Well, let me run down these real quick. College football playoff sponsors from last year: Allstate, AT&T, Capital One, Cheez-It, Chick-fil-A, Dr. Pepper, Gatorade, Goodyear, Great Clips, Mercedes-Benz, Modelo, Prudential, Ram Trucks, Taco Bell, and VRBO.
He didn't get any of those.
But those are big sponsors for the bowl games.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't ask that though. You asked me what did I remember the sponsors that fit the bowl games from.
And what I will say is you added to this list.
You added to the list.
You added to the list.
You added.
Yeah,
That's-
I add.
Wasn't very good.
I bring benefit to your show.
Yes,
with
you
your,
do.
Harvard
Yes,
of the
you
South
do.
education coach.
Thought
Yes,
that was
you
an
did.
intelligent answer for a Michigan guy.
That was good.
Leaders and best. Hey, can we talk baseball right quick?
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. How in the heck did that Oregon skipper leave that kid out there and just let A&M, hey, we don't want to win, A&M. Here you go, have the game. And that 9-run, was it the 7th inning? How is that possible when you have to win to make it to the next day? So you can't save any arms at that point. You got to get that kid out of there. You know, how does that happen?
He wanted that young man to experience something outstanding and turn a negative situation to a positive, a setback to a comeback. He gave him that opportunity to do so. You would take that away from a young man? That's why you're not coaching at Oregon.
I thought Oregon was going to beat the Aggies because they look good in the regionals, and I really thought that they were on a roll and they were going to take it.
They're playing the SEC, buddy. They're playing the SEC teams. That's the difference.
And I thought Evansville was going to be the ORU of this year too. And after Saturday, I thought, man, here's a chance. Then
Who'd they lose to? Who'd they lose to? SEC.
Evansville?
SEC.
Yeah, they did.
5 teams will be in there from the SEC.
It's SEC versus ACC, right?
Yes,
That's all
sir.
that's left.
Yes, sir.
Even depending UGA and NC State.
Right.
It's one or the other.
Hey, Michigan, I hate to do it. We got to go. I'd like for you to call more often since you are the people's caller.
And earlier,
yeah. Get up, man. Be a man. Get up early. Stay up late. Get up early.
Yeah, okay.
You can't handle the truth.
I'm not on your schedule, Coach.
All right, Michigan. We love you, brother. Call us back.
All right.
Chad, Glenn, thank you guys so much. Glenn, you got you tomorrow, you got you Wednesday, you got you Thursday and Friday? Good.
Got Wednesday.
Okay, almost. Wildcat, I got you tomorrow.
Okay.
Dr. Chad Mitchell, what's the best way to get up with a living legend? How do we get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
Let me ask you this. How much you think those sponsors pay? Huge amounts of money.
Well, didn't we talk about that? There's like $1 million to $1.1 million for
that's just a
national
commercial.
championship game.
That's just one commercial.
That's just one commercial.
We are out. Glenn, thank you. Wildcat, thank you.
ESPN Northwest Florida, available on all your devices.
Connected.
Hear your favorite sports talk hosts.
The Coach James Hale Show.
You're listening to Inside Drive live.
The afternoon underdog.
And your favorite teams.